All right, Wagwan everybody. Lennox here from Simple 123 Trader. It is Friday, March the 28th. We are live at the New York Stock Market afternoon session. Glad you can join us. Hope everybody is doing well. All right. I was just looking at the NAS there on the daily. I'm going to go back to that, but first I'm going to take a quick look at the news for today. And we had some core price PPI, the core PPI read news this morning at 8:30, yeah. And you said that did make a little bit of a dent in the market, George?
Not much of a dent.
Oh, not much of a dent. Okay, because the actual came out just, not very different from what they were forecasting and from previous. So, yeah, that wouldn't do much. And that was basically the only red news we had in US, and there was red news in Britain and red news in Canada with GDP.
Well, the sentiment at 10 o'clock had an effect on the market.
Oh, consumer sentiment. Interesting. Okay, and that was just orange news. So, all right, we'll take a look at that. Taking a look at the Euro USD versus the US dollar, and you can see the US dollar has taken quite a drop here. So in the last 6 hours, we've dropped quite considerably, and the euro has sprung to the upside. So lots of weakness in the US dollar. So once again, if I go to the hourly on these guys, since we have weakness in the US dollar, it usually portends strength in Aussie US dollar, but Aussie is not strong against the US dollar currently, interestingly. All right, Bitcoin would be weak, and it is. Euro should be strong against it, and Euro is very strong against it, but not Aussie. Interesting. GBP is also not as strong as you would have expected against a weak US dollar. So it's very interesting. And New Zealand then would not be very strong against it either because of Aussie. And let's see how gold and silver. Silver was weak against it, and gold is strong against it. So that's quite very mixed up today. Let's see how oil is very weak with gold, with US dollar weak. We have oil weak. So a lot of mixed signals here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very interesting. Huh. Okay. Let's see what else I look at here. I look at Tesla. I'm going to go to the daily on Tesla, and Tesla is slowly coming down. And we've got that move to the upside, and now they're starting to falter a little. It's starting to falter a little bit and starting to drop. We have the S&P coming down very strongly. This was the expected
possible
move.
Low at this point of about 40 handles below this.
I'm sorry, George?
I have a possible low for NAS about 40 handles below the current level.
Yeah, we're coming down very quickly on the NAS right now, and yeah, I don't have a target per se, but there's a big gap here, and midpoint of this gap is a possibility. But when we get down to the low here, it is possible for us to get a bounce at that point. We could certainly drop into that level and then bounce. We could bounce out quite a ways before we continue, and it's possible we could continue down still further, or even down into the mid, and then get our turnaround. So but it is also possible we can go further. we will have to see how that plays
Yeah,
out. But
there's more that it could go down too. Yeah.
yeah, there is a 1, 2, 3 here, so we could certainly fall quite a ways down. All right, so for those on YouTube watching this broadcast, we're glad you can join us. We are the Simple 1, 2, 3 traders. We look for a 1, 2, 3 setup in the markets for our entries, and we were doing all this here for educational purposes only. We do not recommend anyone take any of our trades and so forth. This is just for educational purposes only, and you do so at your own risk. All right. Well, if you like what you're seeing, please give us a like and also subscribe to our channel. All right. So Bitcoin. I looked at Bitcoin, and Bitcoin, I'm on the daily here again. Bitcoin, similar type of move, looking for Bitcoin, as I was pointing out from earlier even from last week, that I'm expecting that we would come down and take out all these lows and head down to the 75,000 area on Bitcoin, and maybe even lower. So we shall see how far down we go, but certainly was looking for that drop, and it's starting to play out now. So I'm going to go back to NAS and come down the time frames here. Here's the 4 hour. So
I've been playing to the downside now.
There's our 1, 2, 3. You know, I was expecting a bigger bounce here, but they didn't give us a big bounce at all.
So I decided it was downtime.
Yeah, this is amazing how quickly they came down. No fanfare whatsoever. So that low has been taken. Had a couple lows down here. They took out those. So there's only the lows at the bottom left now, and that's it. So that's where we're heading. So this was the open for the week. I'm going to take off some of this stuff off the chart just to clean it up a little bit. And I want to move. I'll keep this guy here. This is for on our way back up. On our way back to the upside, that's going to be in play. All right, so yeah, again, they gave us a very quick 1, 2. So let me do that again. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we opened, went up high, and that's essentially our 1, 2, 3 at the top, and then another quick 1, 2, and boom. So we're in the third wave right now, coming down. So when we get to this level here, I would expect, and maybe even a little lower possibly, but even at this level, we could expect a bounce. And that bounce could take us way back up here before we,
What time frame was that on?
This is the 4 hour.
Yeah, okay.
So we could get a bounce, something like that. That would take us back up, but we could then continue back down to take out the lows again, or we would be done at this point. And if that's the case, if we're done down here, then this bounce would not come back to take out the low. Instead, we would come halfway and then continue which is what we would like to see happen more so than continuation down. But based on this 1, 2, 3 top here, it's looking like we're going to get something like this to take out the low again. So unfortunately, but that's the way it is. All right, so let's go down to the hourly. So there we are on the hourly time frame. I'm going to remove some of these non-usable stuff that I've put on. Clean up my chart. Okay, so this one can go. Bring this guy over. All right, so we are just straight down. Is a tough? It's going to be tough to get in now because we need a retrace of some kind in order to get a trade on.
Well, you're getting a retrace right around now.
So not on the hourly. Let's see.
Oh, not on the hourly, no.
Not on the 30. Not on the 15. So
Yeah.
quite interesting how this gap here, the midpoint of that gap was quite strong for resistance. We came down, came back up, came down, came back up, and then down we came. So 5-minute time frame, still heading straight down. The 1, 2, 3 top, chopping and. Okay, so
1, 2, 3's there.
That's where we are right now. We've got 1, 2, 3 here and so forth, but it's here's our new 4-hour candle just opened right here at the 1 o'clock. Our new 4-hour candle open. It doesn't even give us a wick at all, so there was no retrace here to afford any kind of entry. So it's just a straight down play. They take out the previous 4-hour candle's low, and we're off heading down to, let's see how far down we've got to go here. And it's quite a ways to that target low here. So we've got 163 and we're at 300. Wow. So there's 140 handles still to go.
Be a nice profit.
So this makes for a very tough trading now, because we want to see some type of a retrace. So there is a gap here. So let's see if we can get a little bit of a retrace back up. Maybe that might give us an entry at that point. I mean, you could just basically jump in at where we are and hope that it just falls, but and continues down. But as soon as you do something like that, of course, that's when they decide that they're going to retrace, right? So quite interesting right now. You see how the S&P compares. It's exactly the same. Let's see how Bitcoin's doing on that same. Bitcoin's in a similar type of affair here to the downside. So Bitcoin going from the daily down, we're looking for the lows way down here, and 4-hour big. So they did not give us a fifth wave here. Interestingly, see we got a 1-2 here. We went up and they chopped it up and down. And at this point, I was expecting that they would go up and take out these highs, but instead it's just weakness completely. So we do not get a fifth wave, and it's just collapse of Bitcoin. So very interesting that we did not get that push up to take out these highs. So there was a lot of liquidity left above these areas here, lots of liquidity. So that once we clean out house down at the bottom, they're going to be coming back up quite quickly. So that means the low prices we get on Bitcoin, if I go back to the daily and just look at where we are again, once we come down and take out all these guys here, it's going to be a buying spree that will springboard the Bitcoin back to the upside in a hurry. I think that's what's kind of setting up for this move here. Since we did not get a fifth wave here, the expected move to the upside and then the drop. So now there's unfinished business in here, and I think that they'll come down, and then buyers will step in big time and push this thing up, and we could see all these guys being taken out all along. So should be interesting to see what the catalyst is. Remember I said we were going to be coming down, but I didn't know what the catalyst was to bring us down. And now we're on the way down, and it's not much of any big news that's bringing us down really at this point. We're just slowly grinding down.
Well, I'll tell you, once that sentiment sent it lower, it's really had a struggle doing anything higher. It was sort of in a wave 4 for a while, and then it continued on down.
Yeah, it's a very slow grind down. It's not like they're going down very fast or anything, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of interesting. Just go back up to the 4 for 1 second. So this guy is no longer necessary. This guy here. Just trying to clean up the chart a little bit here so I can like it nice and clean. So this guy is over here. Okay, so this is our first target here. We could get a bounce. We could get a bounce here, but we would then continue. Maybe another bounce here, and so on. So this is kind of the trajectory. So we're very close to this target here. Somebody's got music playing there. Okay. So on the hourly, we're on the way down. 30-minute, on the way down. So how far are we away from that target? Not very far on Bitcoin, not too far away. 15-minute, 5-minute, and finally 1 minute. We are getting a little bounce on Bitcoin there. There is a gap right there, and that looks like a good place for a retrace ending to come back. Yeah, that's a good sell on Bitcoin from that point, because we still have lots of downs to go. I'm going to sell it right there. Just take a stab at this this move. Put my stop above the high. Give it a bit of room just in case they decide to stretch it up a little bit more, which they could, and they are. So they're going a little higher than I would have expected here, because this gap has been already mitigated, so we shouldn't really be going back up there, but
yeah,
we should just get a wick here, and let's see if we can continue back down after getting. So we shouldn't really take this high out, but they might, just to be spiteful. Do not want to start my morning here, my afternoon on a first loss, and it looks like they're going to take me out. Interesting, very close, very close. A couple of ticks, and that would have been toast. I don't want to move it, because if I put it above, they could still spike it up to take me out, since they came all the way up here. So I'm doing this without a set 1, 2, 3. If we had a nice 1, 2, 3 here, that would have been a nice entry for this move down. And this move back up, again, I didn't think they would come much higher than into this gap, and then the drop, but they have come a little higher up than that. Let's see if we can continue down without taking up these highs here. Now that we have equal highs, it's a little tempting now, because they can certainly quickly go through, take me out, and then drop it. So I don't even think this would be safe up here if I moved my stop. So that's quite a retrace here.
Yeah, it is.
So it'll be something similar on the NAS. Let's see.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so that's
I don't know why that kind of a retrace has occurred. That hasn't happened since 10 o'clock. I wonder if there's some news came out.
Yeah, they took me out on Bitcoin. Yeah, interesting that they would go above that. So there is S&P, NASDAQ. So we could expect another push above on NASDAQ into this gap here.
Okay, the news is Trump will absolutely follow through with tariff promise.
There's news at 10 o'clock. Is that something that was...
That happened just 4 minutes ago.
No, it doesn't say that there's any news here. Interesting.
Click on news. Click on news there.
Oh, I see.
And then click on the left-hand side.
Yes.
4 minutes ago.
Yeah, I see. Interesting.
That's what caused that move.
Okay, so yeah, they Bitcoin came. Yeah, it's quite interesting what they did in Bitcoin. They came up a little bit, took out that high, took out this high. As I was saying, even if I moved my stop to there, it wouldn't have helped. I'd have to put it way up here. That's a bit too much risk, just in case they decide to go way up there as well. So I'll wait and to get back in on a retrace and look for a 1, 2, 3 here to continue coming back down. So that's what I'll do there on, let's see the NAS again. So NAS is not pushing up higher, interesting. S&P, same. Tesla pushed up quite a bit, so that was interesting.
We're in wave 4 on the 1 minute.
Yeah, so we had a huge 1, 2, 3 here, then we dropped, then they chopped it up, and then another 1, 2, 3 here, drop, and then they're chopping it up again in here, and looking for another drop to come down and take out these lows. Would be what I would be expecting on Tesla there. So are they done going up at this point? Possibly. We got a 1, 2, 3 here, but we also have a 1, 2, 3 here. So they could go one more time, Peter, before they drop it down. That's a possibility there. So I'm looking for NAS to come back up one more time to take that high and put us into this gap. Don't know if we're going to get that. But it is an expectation. See if we're going to get a bounce here or not. Doesn't look so. You're just going straight down. All right. There is an inverted gap here. So that could hold us back up, back down. I should say this could hold price back and continue down. I jumped back into Bitcoin to come back down. So looking to make my losses back and make some profits there. So jump back in on Bitcoin. I'm up quite nicely there. So I'll take a half of it off just to mitigate some of my losses there and let the rest go. Put my stop loss right here, not too far away. And this, where am I going for my target? Let's see if I can see it on the 15. Nope, can't see it on the 15. Can't see it on the 30. Can't even, oh, I can see it on the hourly. So that would be, my first target would be right at this low. I'll put it right on the low. Click it right there. Might be a stretch, we'll see. On the NAS, yeah, so they didn't give us any not much of a retrace here. I thought maybe we'd push back up into the gap and then come down, but they're not even doing that. So it's just very weak at this point. So Tesla might just be coming down. Yeah, they're not going up. So you see what they do here. They the structure. They go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They chop it up in here. They do another 1, 2 in here, go up, but they don't give us a fifth leg here. We would expect a fifth leg, and they don't do that. So it's just very weak, lots of weakness. That's basically what it's telling us. So we're taking out all these lows now. So at this point here, perhaps we've just had a change of character come through here. We could get a bounce back up and then a continuation. So a possibility of an entry off this gap here. Otherwise, it will be so weak that they're not going to come back at all. So my 4-hour candle showing some clear weakness here. So again, how far am I from target on NAS? Quite a ways down on NAS still.
Yeah, we still are a ways down.
Let's take a look at gold. Where'd my gold go? It's gold. So gold is also showing some weakness. So if I look at gold from the daily standpoint, you can see we bounced off this gap down here on this retrace, and we get a beautiful 1, 2, 3 bottom, and a third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave. So are we done? We did, remember I was calling for 3,000 gold from a few weeks ago, and we did eventually get through 3,000, and we even went higher here. So almost hit the 33,100, very close. So we could be done at this point here. There's nothing else higher than where we've been. So if I go to the weekly, you can see that this was the highest we've ever been in gold. Very, very strong move. We come up to there was my target area there, 2.618 on this 1, 2, 3 bottom. And looking like maybe we could be due for a turnaround at this point. Possibility here, very strong. So dropping back down to 15. Let me just go to the hourly just to see. So yeah, we could certainly be turning to the downside. Very choppy affair going on here. So we did sweep that previous high, and we've got a 1, 2, 3. We can't break it, and another 1, 2, 3. So we could certainly be coming down. They could, of course, go one more time here to the upside to take out these guys one more time just to. So let's see on the 5. What do we have? We've got, yeah, this looks like a fourth wave here. So we do have a 1, 2, 3 here up, and very choppy. So yeah, we could go one more time to take out all these guys, and then maybe we'll start coming down. So we'll see if that's going to be so. So Bitcoin's giving me another chance to buy in, to sell in, I should say. I'll take that stab at it. So that is gold. So we are getting a little bit of a bounce on NAS. Okay, they stopped me out of Bitcoin. Oh, boy, that's a relentless move back up on Bitcoin they just did. Again, yeah, very interesting what they're doing here. So let's go to Bitcoin. So they came back way back up. So I put my stop down to protect the profits, and they took me out. But yeah, interesting that they come all way back up there. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could take out the high. So let's see if they do that. If they do that, that'd be good. We get a 1, 2, 3, come back down again. So keep watching that. I want to see if we get the same bounce on NAS. No, well, we did get a little bit of a bounce, eh? So they came very close to that gap. There was a small gap right there. They came into that one. So that was as high as they were going to go. So how far down did they go here? Let's see on this. 50%. They came almost to 50% of that move. So quite interesting there. Okay. So that was the only chance they were giving you to get in. So it looks like that's it. That's all they're going to go. They're not going to come back up any further.
Yeah, they're heading down, and they're at the bottom. Let me see. I'm on a 5-day volume profile, and they're at the bottom of it.
I'm watching Bitcoin for an entry. So this is an inverted gap that I'm sitting on here. So still kind of thinking maybe they might come back, but you know, might be wishful thinking at this point because it looks pretty weak. So, the reason I was thinking they might bounce back again is because Bitcoin is also poised to make another bounce back up to take out these highs and these highs. So if they do that, the NAS could come back up one more time.
The NAS is right at the linear regression channel middle.
Okay, Tesla's made a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move. So we would expect Tesla to come back up, and we could come back up into that gap there, and then a continuation. So see if we get that move back up. That might propel the NAS and the S&P back to the upside here a little bit. So we didn't break that low there on the NAS. Did we break it on S&P? Yes, we broke it on S&P. So there's a little tiny divergence there, just a tad. Do we get a bounce?
It's kind of indicating that it wants to go lower, but it's playing games with us right now.
Trying to get up there. I'm just showing off one of my photos here. The poppy, the California poppy.
Oh, it's really standing up straight. Usually it's a little more flattened out.
Yeah, they're so lovely in the sunlight.
Yeah.
Okay, so they look like they want to take a high out and could take us up into that gap.
It's not a heck of a big gap.
No, I'm referring to this gap here.
Which one? Oh, that one. Okay.
So they took out the high, so they might not go any higher than that. They just took it by a tick though, so kind of think they would go a little higher than that. But maybe not. Bitcoin says it's done. Bitcoin took the high, but only one of them. I have a chart with NASDAQ and Bitcoin. This is Euro JPY and GBP JPY. I'm going to switch this to NAD Bitcoin on 1 minute and NASDAQ on the 1 minute here, just to get a look at how they're both behaving. So I was looking for Bitcoin to take out that high and this high, but they only took this one, interestingly. So I was hoping they would go and take that one. They're trying again, so we'll see if they do it one more time. Otherwise, we're just coming straight down from here. So NAS, I'm looking for them to come up here, take out both these highs, and then we can come down. So similar type of thing, but we'll see if that occurs. So looking for them to come into the gap.
There's still 6 handles from the gap on my chart.
Okay, they might just touch it, but
Yeah, they just touched it.
yeah, let's see if that's plenty for them, enough for them. Looks like we go a little deeper, a little higher. One more push into the center. Or not.
Not, yeah. I see what you mean.
I might have nickel and dime myself out of a trade here.
Because this should be a pretty good trade. Well, still, I mean, you're...
Yeah, I might have just nickel and dime myself. Yeah, I was looking for one more push into the center, but they're not going any higher. Interesting. So we need a break here. You can still get in. I'm going to breach here, and then I retrace one more time and give us one more opportunity. But this would have been should have just sold it right there and never mind waiting for that one more push. It's where the limit orders come in handy. When you set your limit order, then you'd be in the trade.
Yeah, right.
Okay, we're getting a pushback. I think that's about as high as they're going to go. So I'll take it there.
Well, it's still a good trade. I mean, the targets I'm looking at, it.
Well, they did go higher. Wow, so they're going, but they are going back up a little higher. Wow, interesting. So it's very sneaky. They come right back up and tie those highs. Didn't look like they were going to do that, but interesting there. So I'm going to sell another one at this point because it looks like they're going to take the high and go into that gap now, into that middle point of the gap. This is where I wanted them to go in the first place. So they're giving me a chance to do that. To get in. One more push. No. Okay, I'll take it there. So looking for them to drop it down now. Let's see if they do. How is Tesla doing? Yeah, Tesla doing a similar dance. So they touched right dead center. Wow. Oh, what was that one? Well, back to that Mr. B on those.
What's that? C. Holly again?
Yeah, on those blue. I can't remember what you call those flowers. Those buds. Mr. B hanging out. All right, we get a nice drop there. So I could again take a quick partial here just to again make up some of my losses and then let the rest go here. And where would my stop be on this one? Not too far away. Just in case they decide to come back up. So my target would be that first low. Again.
Which low? Oh, that one, yeah. Wait a minute.
It's a 4-hour low. That's quite a ways down.
Yeah.
So don't have to be that greedy. You can take profits off in this area. So we can see our structure very, very nicely here. So they just chopped it up. And that's what we would expect, that we would come down, take out all these lows now. See, at this point here, when they did this, and took that high, I was expecting them to come back up and take the high again. But on this one, I didn't think that they would do it again. I thought that would be our 1-2 and then would be coming. But they did go up one more time, so the structure becomes not this, but just like this. So it's a skipping of the middle guy. So it becomes that. So very sneaky there, little move. This is what they did to us yesterday. We were in that fourth wave, and they kept relentlessly going up, coming up into our 1-2 area. We kept going up, and so you start thinking, okay, maybe they're not coming back at all, and that's the ploy. To really fool you, to really get everybody buying to go up. And then thank you very much, they say. Boom, they drop it down real quick.
I'd like to see them do that. But we're in a wave 4, I guess. A, B, C, D, E. Well, it should be going down now. Unless my count is wrong.
So we're almost at algo time. We're in the 10-minute to the hour macro. Algo's coming up in a few minutes, 5 minutes to be exact. So let's look for them to continue pushing us down.
That would be nice.
And Tesla's slowly grinding down. So a little tiny gap there. They come back into that.
Yeah, they're trying to go positive for a little bit.
They should continue falling here. I don't see any reason why they should come back up to the top here, but the only way is that if my count is incorrect, which is a possibility because they're looking to take me out already. Wow, that's interesting.
They took you out?
No, not yet, but very close to. Yeah, I wanted to bring my stop down just in case. I didn't want to put it into positive because it was a bit too tight. But yeah, they've taken me out, interestingly. Okay, so is my count incorrect here? When AB, so maybe this whole thing is that, and then they're going up to take out, yeah, that's what they're doing. Wow. So you see this whole move is the count in there. And then we come back up to the top. So I'm still looking for them to drop it, but
Probably something like
they've
that.
done a little sneaky play here and taken everybody out. All right, so there was no safe up here with your stop. So they come back into the middle of the gap again, and that's still that inverted gap. So that's quite interesting here. All right, so I'll look for them to go up a little higher one more time here. Let's see if they do one more push.
Well, they haven't gone beyond that our last entry.
Yeah, very sneaky here. One more time, take out the high. Now that's my sell. How high up are they going to go? Should be sufficient. Back to the order block. Well, that should be sufficient for us to come down now. I'm going to put my stop above here, which I don't think they should come up here, but the way they're playing, they might be mean again. I would think this should be relatively solid stops up here. We should be okay. Come back down now. They're going up quite a bit. I'm not liking that too much.
Yeah.
There isn't anything for them to come up here to except for that high. So put my stop above the first high, which I think would have been safe, but there is no safe. So it looks like they want to take out those highs. They're taking out one. I'm just above that high. I don't want to move my stop again. I don't want to put it up above the high. Very interesting. You're going for it again. We got a nice pin bar here, so we should come straight down. So this inverted gap means nothing anymore. Let's see if we can fall here now.
We're looking for more of a fall than this. It's trying to turn down, but
So they can really mess you up, and you know this move looked pretty good when we were here, like that, and that we would just go, but instead they want to come back and take out these highs. So again, the count then would be this way, this move. Now we should come down, unless we're totally wrong and this was bottom, but it doesn't seem like a bottom to me. Bitcoin's pushing up quite a bit. We need to take out this low here.
so, oh, yeah. I want to see more of a move than that.
That's I'm trying to push back up as well. S&P did take the high. Oh, so we have divergence there on the NAS. So we couldn't take the high on the NAS, but S&P could. We'll need them to fall now. That's what we were looking for. We're looking for a retrace so we can get in to continue down, but they're playing games here. At 2 o'clock now, where the algo is kicking in. We're looking for our first gap here. Okay, time for us to drop here. Why are they hanging around up there so long? It's interesting. It should be just coming down here with gusto, but just hanging around. Yeah. So are they still looking to take out that high again and take out this high? Because S&P did it, but NAS didn't do it. So, they're deciding that they want to go up and do it now. And this would have given S&P 123 to come down. That would be nice without the NAS having to go back up. But nope, that's not what's happening. Interesting. So they're going up now to do what the S&P did. So maybe we still get divergence, but not much of a divergence. So that's quite interesting. So this was the reason why we weren't going up is because it's the fourth wave, right? So they're chopping it up, taking out that high. All right, so we'll get another chance to get in one more time to come down. But yeah, very, very interesting. So have they taken the high? Nope, still haven't taken that high. Now they're looking to take the high. Okay, so our divergence would be gone. So we're not going to get we should be getting a 1, 2, 3 top here without them taking the high again on the S&P. And the NAS, now they've taken that high. So can we do that? Can we just get a 1, 2, 3 on the S&P without taking the high again?
They took the high.
Without taking this high here.
Which one?
This one on S&P.
Oh. Wait a minute. What are you on?
I'm on the S&P. So
okay.
Yeah, just wondering if they're not going to take this. No, they're going to take it as well. Interesting. Wow. Okay, so S&P then is the same, and they're going up to take that high one more time, it looks like. So we're not getting any divergences at all. We're very close to one. It's quite the move back to the upside. Quite very interesting. So we're, you be careful what you wish for, eh? You're wishing for a retrace, and they're coming up quite a bit. So there is a big gap here on the 5 minute. Mark that one off, and we are in it. So you would think that would be the last hurrah. We're dead center of it right now, taking out all the both highs. So, all right, looking for a turnaround coming back down here now. So that was quite interesting. So it did manage to make a little bit of profit in there.
I have another possibility that we hit the bottom already and we're going to the top.
Yeah, they're giving us a pin bar there and everything. So it is possible. Why are we bouncing off that level? Let's see. Is there anything there? There's nothing there. There's nothing for us to bounce off here. So I think this should just be a short-lived blip and to continue us to the downside. There isn't anything over here. There's no order block. There's no gap. Or is there? There is a. Oh yeah, there is a gap. Is that sneaky? That gap could make that difference. Is that a possibility? There is an actual gap here. Just looking at it and just noticing it now. See, there is an actual gap.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, that's right where we touched. See if I can bring this across. Looks like that's right where we touched. That would be unbelievable if that's the case.
Hey, Lennox.
Yes.
Qubit
Armin.
is actually
Hello.
popping up. It's over 2% up right now.
Sorry?
Qubit is on a run up.
This is a good thing.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's a bit of an anomaly.
No, we expect it to move up, so I wouldn't call it an anomaly.
Well, the rest of the market is so.
Well, I don't think Qubit is running based on the market. It's running
Yeah, I
on
don't
its
know.
own.
I'm just saying it's just
Yeah,
it was
that's great.
down this morning, so it was in negative territory, about -4%.
Yeah, I think it's running on its own drummer.
Okay, very good.
So yeah, we see that there is a gap there. And we came right into that gap and bounced off that. Now, if that gap is the only thing there, wow. So we could get a definite move up, but we have another gap here holding us back. So I think that might be it, George. I think that's the move. I'm looking at it from this. Let me go to the 5 minute. Yeah, it's too broad on the 5 minutes. So I'm looking for them to continue going down here. So you see,
You think we're going down
fooling
now?
around with that stupid gap. I missed an opportunity there right at the top of the 5 minute gap. All right, so now again I'm looking for a retrace to get in. All right, so we can come down, get a retrace to continue down. So the structure, they really played us here and went way up, taking out all these highs. So that's quite interesting. So they're using a different high over here on the left. So in essence, it's something like this, and then 3, 4. Now we get the chop, and this is our E leg, taking us right back up into that area. Now we get our 1, 2, 3 top. So I think this is better.
You think we're getting the 1, 2, 3 top?
Yeah. So that looks pretty good now for a sell. I'm going to take the sell on that right there. I'm a little slow on that one. But yeah. So my stop, I'll put my stop above these candles here. Looking for us to come straight down again. So sneaky moves here. So looking for them to take out this low. No gaps up here. The first gap we had at after 2 o'clock was here. So this is could turn into an inverted gap coming back down. So I'm getting a nice play here. So I'm going to take a little partial again, just so I can get some profits off. Bring my stop down a little tighter. Can't put it into positive yet because they can still go back up there. So I'll keep it there. Yeah, see, they're coming back up into this gap, which has become inverted now. So I could sell some more. And then look to continue coming down, taking out this low here. See if that works. Don't want to move my stop at this point. I have no gaps up here, so there's nothing for them to come up to here. There's just there's an order block, but it's really not much of an order block because there are no gaps. So we should continue down. The breach of this low. Okay, big red candle here. Let's go. Not much of a macro or algo going on here.
Yeah, I know. It's bothering me now.
We should be just dropping here, but we're not. We're just fooling around in here. There's no reason for us to be going back up here. We come back into this. Why are we not falling? Why are they giving everybody a chance to get in? I don't understand here. They should be just dropping this thing down. Quite interesting. Am I missing something up here? There's nothing up here. We should just be coming straight down.
Got the feeling that they're heading up.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I know why, but they've swept all the volume down below.
Liquidity down here.
Yeah, they've actually swept all that, looking at the volume profile. They're at the bottom of the volume profile down there.
You should be seeing some big red candles going down here.
Yeah, but they were making those kind of plays the other day when they then got what they wanted and they just started reversing things.
I might be getting my first gap here. See if it will hold. No, they're taking it away real quick.
Beginning to disappear. Well, maybe not.
Looks like it's going to hold. That will be my first gap.
Yeah, it held.
Okay, so there's our first gap. So we should continue falling here. We've certainly given the sellers a chance to get in, that's for sure. Okay, almost there. I'm making a killing in Bitcoin. I can take a little off here because they've been playing so much games here. I don't know what to think. So I'll take some profits off, bring my stop down. I still won't put it into positive because I should be able to put it into positive actually because they shouldn't come back up into this gap. So I'll put it in positive just in case they decide they're going to come up for whatever reason. But I'm making off like a bandit with Bitcoin. That's why I love Bitcoin. It jumped in on this 1, 2, 3 top up here and just rocking down. Take some profits off of that. Those, and let the rest continue. Just sneak my stop right above. Let's see if we can continue down with, got a beautiful 1, 2, 3 top there. So we should continue down taking out all these guys. Not a good line of taking these guys out. All right, so back to NAS. Slowly, we've finally broken that low. All right, so now we could get a retrace. We do have another gap, so we've had 2 gaps now. I can bring this guy down. This gap now is in play. So we can come back to that gap. Wouldn't want to see them coming back above that. This is an order block. So best to just continue straight down without even coming back at this point now. So again, my TP for this move would be the lows. Just go a little bit below. So we've got a lovely 1, 2, 3 top. This should keep us going down. Whoops. Let's see how S&P looks. S&P is the same. So S&P is coming down quickly. Let's see Tesla. Tesla starting. So Tesla went up, took out the high up here. So they did it in a sneaky way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then they go up in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well. And take out the high. Wow. And now we're turning it around. So we should be now coming down to take out the lows. Tesla. But very, very sneaky way they did it here. There's this wouldn't be the 3 at this point because it looks like that's what it is, and then you're done. So a lot of people jump in here thinking that's the top, and then they drop it down, take this guy out. It looks like, oh yeah, we're done, and then you should just be coming down, but they take everybody out. That's just mean. So now it's right. Now it's correct. We should continue down now without going back up to take out these highs. If they go and take these highs out again, that's just pure wickedness on their part, because
They would never do that.
no, they would never, wouldn't even come into their minds. All right, so looking for another drop here. So giving me a chance to add to my position here. I can get greedy. So they're coming back to the order block. So let's add to the position here. Now we need to take out this low.
Really playing a long time in this area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm very surprised that they're hanging around so long without really dropping it. Very odd. I'm not sure why they're hanging out so long.
Yeah, I know.
I'm taking the profits on Bitcoin because they're giving it to me, so. Come on, Naz, let's drop. Big drop now. Looking for that. Those are big. I'm still looking for the big red candles. Haven't seen any, really. You got one here, one there, another one. And yeah, they're giving the sellers lots of opportunities to get in. Very interesting. No way. They didn't gonna go up there. There's a gap up here, so but it's already been mitigated. So why would they even want to go back up there? I'm not moving my stop. So if they want to take me out, you can come up there and get me. But this gap shouldn't be in play. Wow. No way. There isn't anything here. Wow. So they're coming back up again. I'm not sure why. There's nothing here for them to come up for. I guess they say, oh, Lennox is playing. That's right. Let's get them. So that would be about the only, there's liquidity here, but they haven't taken it. Interesting. Tesla, I mean, yeah, Bitcoin also has made a big bump back up, but I've got my stop up above. So my thought was, since my stop is tight right here, but we've been partially mitigated on this gap, I could put my stop above, and maybe that might be okay, and we'll see if that's so. But and they will come down from here, but not expecting them to come back even above this order block here. So I thought the order block would hold with this gap. So I'm a bit leery of even jumping back in at this point now because of that. So this gap can now become a inversion gap. So this is interesting that this gap here, it was partially mitigated, so there's a little sliver left of it, right? Not much of it left. So if that's how particular they are, then that certainly was in play. So my stop should have been above the high then. I mean, that's how, if we're going to get really nitty gritty about it, and this is a very precise, precision moving market, right? So that just showing it for, edification wise, would my stop have been fine above here rather than trying to put it right over here above?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And there's just a little sliver of the gap because most of it has been mitigated. So quite interesting. And you have to look at all these little things because they're very important. They don't seem important, but.
Yep, that's for sure.
Just like that, the gap over on the left side on the 4-hour time frame, this little gap, we're wondering why are they bouncing here? There's a little gap there. So maybe that was enough for them to give them that impetus to make a little bounce at this point instead of going straight down for those lows. So are they setting up right now for a bigger bounce? Or are they just fooling around in here to drop it? This is going to be the question for the afternoon here, right? For the end of the day. So this is going to be very important as we come closer and closer to the end of the day. Is this a move to bring us back up? And then they drop it, or is it just a move that should take us straight down at this point?
A tough one.
It very much so is. It's not easy to make that call here. All right, I've got a 1, 2, 3 again. So that's what we're looking for there. So we've broken that low. So we really still need to take this low out. So I want to move down, retrace, and a continuation. So if they do that, that's a selling opportunity right in here. And I was a little hesitant jumping in at this area because I'm not sure if they were going to go up and take out these highs. So giving them a chance to show their hand a little bit here, as it were. So let's see if we can come down, take out this low, retrace back in. I'm still holding on to that inverted gap as to act as resistance. So if that's making sense to everybody, that's, yeah, this was very sneaky, tricky little move here. That's why they're hanging around. And you wonder, why are they hanging out? For what reason are they hanging and giving everybody a chance to get in? And the reason is they want to go back up for more orders, obviously. Cheaper prices. Now we have a 1, 2, 3. So again, I'm looking for a retrace. I've got another gap. I've got a gap right on the gap. That's interesting. So I don't have to use this inverted gap anymore. I can use the regular gap now. There we go. Like that. So looking for them to break the low and then come back up to the gap. And that would present a nice sell. So this is war, and it's all tactical maneuvering, and it's chess. It's all those games, eh? 1, 2, 1, 2, boom. It's kind of what I'm looking. I'm looking for a big move down. If we retrace back up now, we've got a break of structure. So retrace back in and a sell. Bitcoin's really doing nicely for me, so I can't complain with Bitcoin. Okay, we're getting our retrace here. A little more push into that, into this gap. Of course, now they won't go into it. So what they might do here is sweep it the low again and then give us that push back up, and then so let's see if they do that. Otherwise, we've lost it and they're going straight down without us. That was pretty close here, so I might have nickel and dime myself out of a sell. Let's see if we go back up one more time. So I would say this is a sweep. This is a sweep. Let me see if we get the bounce. Take out the highs. Another sweep. Get into the gap. Drop.
It's like watching water boil.
Yeah, they're not giving us any warm fuzzies here. They look like they might just break it straight down. No more retraces whatsoever. So I have to rely on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's playing nice for me, doing what I'm expecting it to do. It's interesting how Bitcoin does that so nicely, but the NAS, I don't know what it is about Bitcoin compared to NAS and S&P, but okay, I'm looking for that retrace still. You go to Bitcoin just to show you what the difference is. So Bitcoin is doing what I'm expecting it to do, to drop down. It's got, like, the structure is perfect. There's our sweep. We get the move back. We get a sweep here. We go back in, drop, come back in again into another gap, and we're dropping again, sweeping this low. So we look for a retrace to get in if you want it again to come to continue down. That's what it should be doing. That's what we would be expecting it to do. Here's again, sweep, move up, move back in, move up, and it's just beautiful. It's just very structured, very nice, almost as if I was drawing it by hand. This is what we're looking for all the time. That structure. And it's so beautiful. So I put myself into positive here just in case, but they take me out. However, it is equal highs, so it could easily come up and wick me out. There is a inverted gap. Let me just mark Bitcoin up a little bit here. There is an inverted gap here, very tiny one. So I'm above that, but they can wick through and get me. There's no other gaps here, so hoping for them to just drop it again. So we shall see if I'm okay here or not. All right, so back to the NAS. They're still not coming up on the NAS. I'm trying, but so that's our last gap. So we've only had a couple gaps after 2 o'clock here so far. We've had 1, 2, 3 gaps, 4 gaps. So they're not giving me a big
possibility that it's going up and not down, but
I don't see us going up, George. I don't see that. I would be, if I were a betting man, I would be betting down here. Everything's pointing to down. Let's see how S&P looks. S&P is pointing down. They're heading to take these guys out here. Tesla.
Yeah, what you're looking at.
Tesla pointing down. I mean, Tesla's got a lovely 1, 2, 3. So we should be heading down to take out these lows. We've broken this low here and this low. So yeah, we should be heading down to take out the lows. This is a sweep. Sweep. Yeah. If we go up, boy, that would be something. Everything's looking downish here. Dovish, as they say. Okay. So we got a little blip. They blip back up to the to this semi-order block here, but yeah, see, they're just dropping it. They're not giving us that push back up, not giving us any reprieve, any chance to get in. So you're gonna go without me here, but that's okay. So just mark this up so you guys can see what I was seeing anyways. Why they hung in here so long and came back up, took me out. So I would have been okay up here. I was being a bit too stingy. So the lows are in jeopardy. We got equal lows. So this is, where they're, heading for. You just need to be able to stay in your seat, get a nice comfy seat there and stay in for the ride. But it's, they really make it difficult for you.
That they
Whereas
are.
with Bitcoin is a lot more orderly. Is what I'm trying to show you guys, that Bitcoin was much more orderly. It's the same type of pattern. We get the 1, 2, another 1, 2, but Bitcoin's was much nicer in the sense that we had a 1, 2, and then a bigger drop, and then a move back up, and now we're dropping again. So I like Bitcoin better than how NAS was doing it. This is very choppy, and they chop you out of your position. But there they go, heading for the lows. They're not going to make it easy for us, George, ever.
Nope, they're not. Not at all.
So is S&P taking out the lows yet? Not yet. So very close to that low. Our 4-hour candle is really nice. You get that nice wick on the 4-hour. So that's the area you want to be getting into the trade. It's up in this area here. That's your, so that was the 1, 2 there. And then you get the drop. So S&P was a little cleaner than the NAS here. Interesting. So this, they didn't come back up into the gap here. And this was a clean gap. And they didn't come back into it. Whereas with the NASDAQ, that same gap, see how they came right up into it, which I wasn't expecting. So the S&P did it the way I was expecting, that they wouldn't come back up there. Because even on the S&P, the gap is mitigated just a tad. So if I draw the gap out, you can see we did come into the gap previously and mitigate it by a little bit. So you wouldn't expect them to really come back up there again and go back into that gap because it was partially taken out. So this is more correct what I was looking for on the NAS, but on the NAS they said, sorry, we're going back up in there, even though this was most of it was taken out. So very interesting. So what they did here basically was use the order block, coming back into the order block, and right into the midpoint of the order block, essentially, to take anybody out that was straggling. They didn't go above the high though, so my stop would have been okay above the high. So they're very close to taking these guys out here. So now they're climbing back up quite a bit. So what do we have here? Another gap. They've taken out the gap. I wouldn't see them coming all the way back up to this gap up here. There's an order block here as well. It's partially mitigated, but not much, not a true order block per se. So yeah, could jump in at this point to continue down, but I'm just gonna stick with Bitcoin for now. We know where we're heading. We know we're heading to take out these lows. So if you felt there was enough handles here to make it worthwhile, we're at say 300, and we're heading down to say that's like 20 handles. Yeah, you know, if it's worthwhile to get 20 handles, and you can jump in and take that trade, right? Well, it looks like it could get a little bit more. So they're going up again into this pseudo order block here. There's a gap up here. Are they going up there? It's not. We're getting a change of character. Huh. So are they heading back into this gap again? So S&P came close as well, and they're going back up into a gap that's been mitigated. Tesla still pointing down, so still room to drop here. So if they came back here, I would sell it. They're taking out this guy here, and then there's only these guys here left. So do we get another push? Looks like we're going to get another push to go up into the gap. So that's a much better sell than selling it down here anyways, if we come back up here. Pretty quiet in my room here today. Anybody alive out there?
Yeah.
Armin and Marquis are with us.
What would you like us to talk about?
The weather. Whether or not.
Whether or not. Well, I read Psalm 40 the other day.
I'm sorry?
I read Psalm 40 the other day. I could read it to you guys. Psalm 40. Bit of poetry. Yeah, the weather, I don't know. The weather outside here is not so frightful, I guess.
No, it's a little subdued today. We had quite the show the other night, though, with the thunder and lightning.
Yeah, unusual for Victoria.
That was just amazing. The thunder was, wow, it was like the world was coming to an end there.
That was Wednesday night, right?
Yeah, it was so loud and huge. And yet we had the sunset setting in the west, and then the thunder clouds with lightning just lighting up the sky to the east. It was just amazing. Don't see that very often at all.
No, not here. Not
Power
Victoria.
of nature.
Everybody runs outside to see it. I know quite often I go up to Mount Ptolemy and there's already a crowd up there and everybody's standing outside their vehicles on top of a mountain.
Yeah.
Of course, we get a lot of cloud to cloud here, so it's maybe not quite so bad, but we do occasionally have people getting struck here. I remember a showroom door being open at a car dealership down on 4th Street many years ago, and two salesmen were standing there at the showroom door. I think you got the big garage door open, and a bolt hit right there, knocked them back in. And then we had another bolt take the what do you call those things? The big round things that are on telephone poles. Can't think of the name. Down at the Surf
I think
Hotel.
Capacitor box or something like that.
Yeah, those big, huge, round things filled with oil. Anyways, that was same storm that one of the lightning bolts hit the Surf Hotel down at the waterfront there and took that thing right off. So it was a good storm that time. But yeah, it's pretty
Transformer.
unusual. Huh?
Transformer.
Transformer. Yeah.
Thank you, Transformer. Yes.
There you go, Marquis. Did you ask Siri?
No, I used to work. I used to work with him a lot. So
Ah,
I'm over here eating. So I joined late. I had a thing at the school. So
what you forego us for school?
no, it was for the kids. They had a field trip.
You forego us for the kids?
Yeah, she held me there for the entirety of the thing. So no
Yeah,
leaving early.
no problem whatsoever. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, so I went in a little I went in a little late actually on that. They touched here, I missed it, and now I get a second chance. I'm going to add to it because I think they're coming down again. But if I'm wrong, I'm going to be in deep troubles. So, all right, we're looking for them to continue going down here. Let's see if I'll be correct, Omondo, on this one. And stop would be above this guy here. So I wouldn't think they would come back up again to take out the highs up here. So I think that I should be okay. I'm looking for them to continue dropping this down to take out the lows. And we should be doing it in a little bit of a hurry now. The other way.
We've been waiting for that hurry for a while.
So they come back up into this gap. Interesting. So will it hold us? There's an order block there as well. So can we fall now with some gusto for the first time? We're coming into the last hour of the session. We're into a macro. I'm looking for a huge move to the downside here. Do we get it?
How are you? Good?
No change. Still here. I've been here for 20 years. I'm still here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what?
Is this the first? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still,
Lots of hard work.
I'm still here.
They've gone above. Somebody's got their mic. Somebody's talking with someone. Please mute. Oh my. So it looks like I could be in trouble there. They're going up to take the high. Interesting. So I didn't think they would do that. So my stop might be a bit too tight. Could have gone above the high. I didn't think they would go back even above this level. So do I move? No, it's too late. Can't move my stop up now. So they just took me out there. Gave back some of my Bitcoin profits. Not good. Not liking that move there, George.
Well,
Not
I
liking that
got
move.
some money out of it.
Sorry, you got a move up?
I went north and I got triggered. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a brave move on a retrace here because I'm expecting them to drop it. So very brave of you to jump in going long. Yeah, I'm expecting them to bring it back to the down. See, they came back into that gap on the S&P. And on the NASDAQ, we've already taken that gap out. So I didn't think they would come back up there, but they did. So very interesting. All right, so I'd be looking again, okay, to for them to come down. So this is very, my stop was a little tight, so I would have been okay above the high of at my number 3 point on that move there. So that's where I usually like to put my stop actually, but I did not do it that time. I put it a little lower. I should have put it right there. That would have been okay. Maybe. I mean, unless they decide to come and take it again, which is possible, but I think we'll be done now. We should be coming straight down. Let's see if I can get another chance to get in. Loving Bitcoin. Bitcoin's just doing great. Okay, so I'm going to try another sell on the NAS here. Right there. I'm not putting my stop too far away, just right above that number 3 point. So I'm expecting them not to come back up there again. So if they do, then I have to give up on NASDAQ for today because they shouldn't be coming back to take that high again. We should just be dropping here. S&P should just be dropping. Tesla should just be dropping. See, Tesla is beautiful right now. Tesla's got beautiful 1, 2, 3, nice move, fourth wave. So we should just be dropping. We swept these lows. Not a very good line there. We swept these lows. So Tesla should be coming down with some gusto here.
248.
248?
248.
Wow, that's quite a ways down.
Monday, Tuesday. Some more tariffs happening on Tuesday,
Look
Wednesday.
at how we're just snaking sideways, eh? Look at that. I can see 260 short term. $248.
What pray tell is short term today?
Yeah, like before the close here.
260.
It could come down to even 258.
Okay, I'm shorting 5,000 shares of Tesla right now.
So they've stopped me out of NASDAQ again. Wow, that's just wickedness. So they've come back to take that high again. That's interesting. And the number 3 point. So very interesting here. That they would take that high. But they're leaving that high alone, it looks like. All right. So NASDAQ not playing nice with me. And they're looking to take that high. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's doing just fine. So they're taking that high as well. Only that high left here. Very unusual that they would come all the way back up there. Let's see how S&P's hanging in there. They've taken the high. Oh, Tesla, they've gone up a little higher on Tesla as well. Very interesting. Okay, so it was looking like we should get a 1, 2, 3 here to drop. They say, nope, let's take these guys out one more time. So they're playing really hardball here in the afternoon. So I can see what they're doing, but boy, they're they're being very mean. So they take these guys out again. So now we'd look for a break here and a 1, 2, 3 here to drop it. So let's see if that plays out on Tesla. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's just dropping down nicely.
Yeah, I read an analysis here for Tesla saying if it can just stay above 248 here for the next, I guess, while. If it doesn't go down below 248, then they're saying that it's off to the races. It's hit its low point and going up. So 248 is kind of the magic number, according to one article here. I can't remember who wrote it now, but
That at 248. Where's 248 on this?
there's a gap.
Oh, here, down here.
Yeah, over there.
No, it's coming down again. You know this. Remember we saw this gap when you were saying that price could come back down into this gap.
Yes.
Yeah, and now we're there because we're doing it. So we're chopping, but we're going to drop one more time. So
Right.
we can
That's why I
certainly
said that's why I said 248, and it's got to hold though.
Yeah, 248 is a little low.
Or it's gonna go. It's gonna go south for a while.
Yeah, I would think that might be a bit low, but certainly when we look at it from the bigger pictures, I'm looking at short term there. So on the 4 hour, yes, we're going to even go lower than that, right? Because we're going to look to take out these lows down here at 220. Never mind.
Yeah, well, that's a
definite possibility.
There's a lot of activity in the Middle East. They're looking for maybe a nuclear weapon to get off the leash here in the next 3 months. It's a possibility. Suitcase bomb or something like that. No, I know. Suitcase bomb or something like that in New York. You know, you never know. You never know. We're praying against that, but praying that doesn't happen. But it's a possibility right now. I think July is sort of a magic number there. So.
So they've gone up way higher than I would have expected here. So nice move on that play to the upside there, George. I didn't think they would come all the way back. I didn't even think they were going to come back past this gap. So I thought that would be it and we'd be dropping. So they've come quite a ways up. And I still like to sell at this, even at this point here. So
well, I've got a 30-minute that's trying to turn up. Got a 5-minute that has turned up. Got a 10-minute that has turned up.
Well, when you say has turned up, I mean, we're just in a sideways trance here. You know, we're just sliding back and forth now. So yeah, I can see what they're doing.
Back and forth, but on a 30-minute that, that's imperceptible move.
Yes.
At this point, but
so they're just chopping you can see we're just being chopped up.
Almost gone flat on the. No, the 5-minute is still going up. Hasn't turned flat yet.
They're playing serious games here.
I just don't understand what's going on.
Yeah. I see what they're doing. It's just very tough to stay in because they're being very sneaky, taking everybody out of these moves, and your expectation for them to not go above certain levels, they're just ignoring that. S&P, to come back and take that out on the S&P, that's just harsh. So you see how fast they're dropping it down now. They don't want anybody to get in now because they've gone up and taken everybody out who's sold.
Yeah.
And so I'll be looking for one more reprieve here for a sell because we're still coming down no matter what here. This is just game. They're just playing games here. Tesla, would be. That's what I'm expecting with Tesla, for them to come straight down and take out these lows. So now I need another retrace. We've got a gap here an inverted gap. So I'm looking for them to come back in. And we'll also have a regular gap now. So retrace back into the inverted or the regular. But making lots of profits with Bitcoin, and I'm happy about that. So all the losses. So I started off at 1,921,000, and I'm now, so I'm up $5,000. I'm at 926 now today. So Bitcoin has saved me again, just like yesterday. So I'm gonna take some revenge. I'm looking for revenge on NASDAQ here because it messed me up yesterday and today. So let's see if we can catch a ride here to the downside in NASDAQ.
You see,
So we're coming into the
bottom on the 5 minute.
sorry?
I have a 1, 2, 3 bottom on the 5 minute.
I wouldn't be looking to go long from in here, George, because
Oh, I understand why you're saying that, but I'm just.
I mean, it is possible for them to do that, but boy, that would just be
Yeah, I mean, I
wickedness.
agree with you. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing on my.
Mhm. I just missed a chance to get in here.
Right.
I think I just missed an opportunity right there on that retrace. Let's see. That might have been my only chance. Will they give me a second chance to get in? So we've got equal highs. So they might take it at one more time. That will give us a second chance to get in, to come down again. Still looking for them to drop this.
I had a problem. I closed off my buy trade, and suddenly I saw that there was one sell in, and I took the sell. I put a closing trade in for the sell, and the thing started going up. So I said, the heck with this, I'm going to just take the thing off. If I had left it on, that would have been positive also. But this is crazy. I mean, I don't even know how that one trade got on, because the last trade I closed was my buy trade.
Well, that's not a good thing, George. You leave for the day, and over the weekend you've got a trade running.
Well, I saw it. I mean,
yeah, but you know what I mean, right?
I see that there's one trade open.
Again, I missed let's see it. I would like them to take that high, but then maybe they won't. Wanted them to come right dead center of this gap and give us the drop here. So will they do that? Okay, we're into the macro, the half an hour macro here. 12:15 to 12:40. Sorry, 3:15 to 3:45. So it looks like I missed my chance to get in there. Yeah, again, having that limit order just placed in here, even at the beginning of it, you don't miss this. You wouldn't miss this trade, but it's all good. So there we have a nice 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, and then a little bit of a retrace. Not as deep as I thought they would come, but and we should just continue down now. But this Nasdaq has been messing me up. So still calling for it to drop though.
Well, it's dropping now, so.
So on the 5-minute, looking for them to take out these equal lows here and continue down. Same thing on 15, the 30 hourly. Can't see anything from there. I go on the 4-hour. So I'd like to see them cut through all of this, and then there's these equal lows.
Actually, we have high volatility going on right now, which kind of surprises me. We don't usually have that at this time of day.
Well, being a Friday afternoon, maybe, you know, everybody's trying to settle up stuff because they don't know what's forthcoming over the weekend here in a crazy political environment.
It is end of the month.
And who would have thought that, you know, Canada and the United States would be at tariff wars and all this? Just crazy stuff.
Oh, I mean, that's crazy stuff. You know it's going to work out fine, really.
Yeah, little hiccups first, eh? So it looked like they want to come back up again. There is an order block there. So will they come back into the gap one more time? Okay, so they give me another chance to get in, so I'll take it this time. So I'll take it at that point. So just a touch in there. So that would be like a limit order. Sell limit order right there. Let's see if that will continue us to the downside. Put my stop above the gap here. So I wouldn't expect them to go through the gap, but they could, you know, they can because they're equal highs here, so they could push through maybe to the middle. I wouldn't expect them to go much higher than that. So, and then, of course, no sooner do I say it, they start doing it. So they do take out these highs. Wow. Okay. So that's a little sweep. So is that enough now for them to come down with some gusto?
So at this point, they just broke up above the Tom DeMark line on the 5-minute chart.
Let's see what it looks like on Tesla at this moment. Tesla is doing the same thing. So we've got a sweep here.
Same thing.
So Tesla has done our structure beautifully here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So at this point,
yeah, it has.
Yeah, they could continue down some more. Otherwise, we are heading straight up, but I don't see that in the cards yet. So
it's going to make the E wave down now and then climb back up.
Yeah, looking for drops here. Okay, that's a nice move. All right, so I'm going to take a little something off just in case they decide they want to go back up. Looking for them to continue going down, though. We shall see. So right now, like you're saying on the 5-minute, you've got a 1, 2, 3 bottom. So this could be 1, 2, 3 bottom that could take us back up again. So have to be careful because it doesn't really mean that they have to take these lows out, but that's what I'm expecting. But we'll see if that's holds. So I'm going to bring my stop down a little tighter. Can't put it into positive, unfortunately, because it's a bit too tight. Could put it at break even, but I don't like that. It's too tight as well. So looking for them to continue going down. And we do have a big gap in here. So this gap should hold. S&P, Tesla should continue falling here. So Bitcoin, like I say, has done nicely. Still going down. Still looking for it to continue going down. I've got my stop in positive, so no losing whatsoever on all the way down from the top I've been in. So Bitcoin has played nicely. So Bitcoin's almost taken out the low. It's low there. Very close. So will I be able to survive with my stop there, or will they take me out? Okay, looking for them to continue down. So we get this big, huge red candle, and then it's just cut off immediately with a retrace. We need another big candle coming down, taking out these lows here.
And this last hour of the day is always so much of a challenge,
On a Friday, especially.
especially on a Friday. Yeah.
We can still make a little something in there.
No, I didn't. Wasn't worth it. The NASDAQ is down 2.6. The S&P is down 1.9, almost 2.0. It'll be 2.0 pretty soon. And the Dow is down 1.7.
I've got it since last night. I was playing since last night in NAS. So I've had 17 trades since near London Open last night, before London Open and so forth. And oh, they took me out of Bitcoin. Oh, that's too bad. Okay. Yeah, I've had 17 trades. I've had 5 losses, so not bad. Not too happy about losing, of course, but you know, it's tough not to lose, unfortunately. Let me stop out. So yeah, I put my stop just above the high here on Bitcoin, and finally got taken out. So it's all good. Made lots of profits on Bitcoin today. Look at it on the hourly, 4 hour. Okay. So again, with Bitcoin, I really thought that we would get a move like this. That was my expectation, but they've come way down below that level. And now they've come down below this level. So even to this level, you would think that, okay, we still have a chance to turn and go back up, but they've come down and broken this number 2 point here, which is very odd. So this is our 3. So they're not giving us a 5th wave here, coming down and taking out all these lows. So very odd behavior. So it looks like we could still get a bounce here, yes, but it would be looking like we'll continue down to take out these lows here. So very unusual structure for Bitcoin. So do we off this level, do we get a bounce to come down? Or do they fake us out completely and then go up and take out all these highs? And that's still a possibility even at this point. So
You never got a complete wave 5.
no, and it's still possible that they can do it, just like yesterday, what they did to us.
Yeah.
You know, pushing way up into the number 2 point. So you don't really like to see them do that, but they can just wick or tail here into that area, and we could still get a big move back up to take out these highs. Then we could certainly come down again. So that's a possibility, or we just go up halfway and then come down, maybe back into this gap at this point here, and we could go up in here and come back down. So a couple of scenarios, or of course we could just continue straight down. So three possibilities, maybe 4 possibilities. We could just go sideways here for a while and then drop. So there's a number of scenarios that could play out.
Yeah.
So that is Bitcoin. All right, so they're getting quite a bounce here. So NAS should be bouncing a little bit as well. No, it's not that much. That's good. So they're still pointing to the downside here. So I can bring my stop into positive now, so no losing on this trade whatsoever. That's good. Let's see if we can continue down, taking out these lows. So I've got an inverted gap right there. And that's what they're touching. Should push off to the downside. So could sell Bitcoin again to continue down. So might do that. Tesla should be falling. Yep. So Tesla in this 5th leg, you can see they're giving us the 1, 2 here, 3, And then another 1-2 here, so we should continue going. So this is a large 1, 2, 3 on the S&P here, and then another one, and so we should continue going to take out the lows as well. So everything is lining up for continued drop into the close here. Almost took them out.
There you go.
Ooh, very close again. It's a tie. They're finally going through. Wow, that took a long time, George. Oh my word. So I'll bring my stop down a little bit here. Bring it right into this crevasse here. Could get taken out here. So how far away am I from that low? Still a long way away. That's looking at 160 to, yeah, over 100 handles here to that low. So there is the.
Oh, it just hit the one, my first level down on the downside.
Yeah, so that's what I've been expecting this whole time, that we would do take out those lows, but boy, they took a while to do that. And you see how they mess you around.
Yeah.
No joke. So yeah, I just keep moving my stop down, but I could just take the profit as well at this point. Just that little inverted gap there, this was enough for them to stop them. So I think I will take the profit at this point, because I don't know if they're going to go much lower than where they are here. So let's just see.
Yeah, it's a question of how far they're going to push at this point.
I don't really have anywhere for as a target now, except for this low here. So I don't know if they're going to make it down there today. I'll put it there, but let's see if I can, how long I can stay in by moving my stop down. It might not last too long. Is the macro at that 10.2 could propel us down further. Sort of like a last gasp, as it were, on this move. So this was the you can remember, this was the expected move, that we would go up and
Yeah, right.
and come back down, take all these lows out, and that's what I was calling for. From yesterday, I called for that, and earlier in the week when we were setting up, I called for this move down to take all the lows. So we could possibly see
We're playing position trading.
Yeah, we could see a big drop here at the end to take the lows out. That's possible. So see if I can stay alive to see that happen. So I've got profit at 39.72. I'm going to make it $4,000. 4,000. We'll see if they have enough oomph to do that. It might be a stretch, but that was the move. That was the expected. We got a beautiful 1, 2, 3 there, drop into this level. Then they chop it up and then give us this big move to the upside. And now we've got a 1, 2 here, so we should go straight down. Could get a little hiccup right in here, and then another drop down one more time. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So can I stay alive for the final drop, or are they going to take me out up here? There is a gap here, so this gap better hold. And keep us going down here. So I jump back into Bitcoin. I'm going to sell. Tesla's making nice structures here. We would expect another drop. Take out these lows. Got a big 1, 2, 3 top at that point. So I was calling for 260 Tesla. We were very close to it, 260.92 right there at that low, but we're going to go lower into 260 area. So that too was the expected move on Tesla. It would continue down. Can I stay alive? Shouldn't expect them to go through this gap. It's not necessary for them to go up there, so we'll see if we can continue down. So we're 10 minutes away from the macro. So two scenarios, I guess, at the macro, they could just push down to take out the final low here and then come back up, because lots of liquidity up here now, right? So
Yeah.
they might just do that. So it might be wise to take the profits off after we break this low, but we take the risk of if you take the profit off there, that they could continue going down and you would have had a lot more profit. But
That's not a risk.
no, it's not a risk. I mean, it's you've made profit, so you're good. But we take the chance that can occur. So really nice structure here though. So we should continue one more time down, take out these lows. Let's see how S&P looks here.
Yeah, my 30
S&P is
minutes
identical.
resolved itself that it was going down. It took a long time to.
Yeah, they were messing everybody up, inducing the longs. Like you see, you went long in here, which was okay because you made out okay, but a lot of people would be thinking that that was bottom and heading up for sure. So those who kept their stops in and didn't get out up here are toast. So they're very sneaky and very tricky.
Yep.
I keep saying that, but it's the truth. Go back to the NAS here. So looking pretty good. I'll bring my stop down a little bit again. I wouldn't expect them to come in to the gap anymore and take me out at this point. So I'm just trying to solidify my profit. Okay, 7 minutes to go. Need to take this low out. Getting nice moves on Bitcoin. Okay, 5 minutes to go. So what's going to be their ploy here at the end? Oh, and move my stop down a bit too close to price on Bitcoin. Got stopped out. They spiked it up a little bit on Bitcoin. Wasn't expecting that big of a spike. Whoa, they really came up. So that was good. Okay, because I wasn't positive. So yeah, they came up quite a bit more than I would have expected here on that move. So it's all good. Made some profit there again. There is there are no gaps here. Inverted one. They're right in that. Interesting. So they're playing games now in Bitcoin. So let's see how it looks on the 5. Still very choppy area. So still looking for them to drop Bitcoin through. They still haven't taken out the low yet. So still looking for them to drop it through, take that low, but it's a little tough going now near the end, coming into macro. Getting a little volatile. So maybe leave that alone. It's done me well today. So NAS is still continuing down, so that's good. So I could bring my stop down to this level. But I really run the risk of getting stopped out now. Let's see if that will hold. And take out, still haven't taken that low out. Is S&P taking that low out? Nope. Okay, we've got less than 3 minutes. Thereabouts. 3 minutes. Oh, they're looking to take me out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay, we're into the last 2 minutes, 2 minutes before the macro. And I could be in jeopardy moving my stop down a bit too tight in here. Yep. Okay. So maybe not. They might come up and take out this high. I was a little concerned that they could do that. So that's why I moved my stop down to here. So let's see if they do take this high. You can see what they're doing now. They're chopping it up in here. And we could... Still looking for them to drop it though. So was that enough there, or are they going to go and take this high? Yeah, they're going to take that high. Yeah. All right. So it wouldn't have been safe there either. So that was a good move, putting my stop here, getting a bit more profit out of that situation. All right. So we've got 1 minute left, 30 seconds left before the macro. So my expectation is that they will continue down to take out the lows. I'm selling Bitcoin again one more time. All right, so we are at 10 minutes too. So let's see if we drop straight down here. So there was no way to stay safe in here. I had to have kept my stop up back where I bought in to stay safe. It looks like at this point. Should we take out the lows?
You think we're still going down on Tesla then?
Yeah, if the indices continue to fall, I would think that that's what we would do here as well. On Tesla, we'd continue going down as well. We do have on Tesla. We have 1, 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, we should come down, take these lows out one more time. Nasdaq is really dropping. Bitcoin again is giving me nice profits on the move down. So I jumped into Bitcoin again to go down. And it's rocking down nicely. So see if that will continue.
I've got to go, Lennox. Have a good weekend.
All right, Peter, you as well.
Yeah.
Bye, Peter.
See you guys.
Okay, good
Very
night.
quiet today, Peter.
Sorry?
Have a good
Very
week.
quiet today.
Yeah, I'm just counting my money.
I see. Excellent. Take care.
Yeah, you too.
So we're not getting a big drop like I'm expecting here, but might still do it. Yeah, equal lows here, so these are in jeopardy. How's Tesla doing? Tesla's just hanging up there as well. So would have expected a deeper drop, a lot more selling off on Tesla at the end here, but they're not really doing that. Maybe they're holding till 1 o'clock, till 4 o'clock. I think it was a good edification today. Again, you're always learning something in this market, so it's quite interesting the way they manipulate, maneuver, and get everybody befuddled. They're very good at it. So you see, they came right back up and touched that inverted gap there. That's just astounding that they touched that and drop away. Taking me out of my Tesla already, out of my Bitcoin already. Yeah. Okay, they popped to the upside. Interesting. Okay. So a little one last fake out move, and then we get the drop. Or are they going straight up? They take out all the liquidity up here. There was the possibility that they could do that, but I would still think that they're coming down this way, but they're leaving these guys alone. Amazing. Very interesting. They're taking all these guys out, it looks like. All the sellers are being taken out first. So only two groups left. This is not indicative of the end of a move here. So for them to go way up there, it seems a bit odd, but this is more of a chop, fourth wave, and then we should still be coming down. So they've taken only one out. So will they take these guys out or not? Still a possibility for them to take these guys out, but based on structure. I'm not totally surprised at this move, but I thought maybe they wouldn't do that. So yeah, it looks like they're going to take the high out again. So if they go up and take these guys here, then I would think that they might leave the high alone. So they might take these guys, but then leave these ones alone up here, and then come back down, because that will really violate our structure if they come up this high. They might not do that. So our structure is still intact. To this point, we're good. You know, we should just be coming back down. We could take that high, but I don't like the idea of them doing that. Now we've swept, so we could see a big fall now in the end here. It's a tempting sell right now, I tell you. A very tempting sell. We sweep that high. You got 2 minutes before the close. Okay, we're into the last minute. Right. So straight down now, or did they go up and take it one more time? So everything's kind of pointing to one more push perhaps, but we've swept that high, so maybe they won't do that anymore, and we'll just come straight down now. You do have a 1, 2, 3 here, so it was a possibility that they could go up one more time. But looking like they, so I'm telling you, it was a very tempting sell, but so we have a change of character. Okay, we're at the bell.
The bell.
Straight down. You're thinking about it. Still possible for them to go up, take this guy again, but again, I'm still looking for them to go down. A little on the tepid side today. Interesting.
It went up a lot today, didn't it?
You mean it went up and down a lot today?
Down 2.7%. The S&P was down 2.1%, and the Dow is down 1.8%.
Yeah, I like this fractal entry at this point. However, there was still a possibility that they could sneak back up one more time, but yeah.
Oh, you were long at that point? I was doing so many other things.
No, I wasn't in at all. My play would have been to sell here, but I didn't sell or buy. So this, because I'm not confident that yes, they could take it all the way down for sure right away. They could have gone back up first.
Yeah.
So it's not the greatest play on a Friday afternoon right at the close. So yeah. But we're diehards because we're hanging in here all the way to the very end of the day on a Friday.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. But overall, it did do what we expected it to do, albeit in a roundabout way. So from this level, they chopped it up, came back up quite a bit, dropped it down again, came back up quite a bit, and finally drop it down where we expected it to go, but they're still not done yet. So
yeah, that's still.
they've moved back up. So I'm still expecting them to come down, take these lows out. But that's the plot, that's the ploy that they use today, and they're very, very good at manipulating and shaking everybody out of their positions and so forth. It's very tough trading in here in this environment. You can see we're just in this sideways mess.
Well,
very tough to negotiate all this stuff.
Pretty good job. I mean, I was way ahead this morning, but after Trump opened his mouth, that threw everything off.
Well, looking at this morning, go back to 9:30. Just take a look at the morning, and but you're on before 9:30 open, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
There
was news at 8:30.
Trade was around
So
before.
here's 8:30 open, or 8:30. So you're getting news right at that time. So that dropped it down.
8:30. I think I had over 100 handles in by the time news came around.
Yeah, you see the difference because of time. It's a very orderly, nice move. I mean, news didn't do much here really, and then at 9 o'clock we get this big push to the upside.
That big down move, I caught that, and
yeah, this is really nice setup. Early in the morning there, beautiful move. See how they chop it up in here and drop it, and we get this big move back up, taking everybody out. And so 9:30 is here, and you get a 1, 2, 3 top, and we're coming down in a hurry to take out these lows down here. So a very, very violent move there at 9:30, and then big push back to the upside without taking out the previous highs. So by them doing that, I would expect that because they swept over here, and then coming down 5 waves here, we go back in without taking out these highs again. 1, 2, 3 top. We're heading down to take out these lows now. So let's see. So yeah, big time. With this 1, 2, 3 here is telling us right there that this 1, 2, 3 is taking us lower. So that would be a great sell on that. And there we go. It's straight down. We go. Wow.
yeah, it was in a good portion of that leg down, that big leg down.
Wow, that's quite the move. Look at it. It's just an incessant move down. So that's a lovely 1, 2, 3 top that, is there anything to the left here? Nothing. There's nothing over here to even gauge. So it would just be a fib play on that one. I could say, okay, just using this 1, 2, 3 here, We could say, okay, I'll go to 1.618 for a target even, or 200%. And you're getting out at this area here. So
I think I was around 300 handles to the good at that point, and I should have just closed my system.
Wow, look at that move. That's amazing. That's just a relentless down. So it's very, even if you get out at 1.618, you're getting out so early on that move. It's just like ridiculous. But that's the.
Yeah, but I mean, I had nice trades in earlier too, but I was being piggy, and it cost me then.
They chopped it up between 11 and 12 there. They chopped it up. And again, they gave us a nice 1, 2, 3 here to come down. Another nice 1, 2, 3 there to come down. So it was really nice. Then we came on at 1. So here we are coming on at 1 o'clock. And from here at 1 o'clock, we just got basically into a chop. So there was smaller opportunities here, with this, but they put us into a chop, and that's what makes it very very difficult. So we're in this chop, and I'm looking for them to drop it down, of course. So similar to what they did yesterday to us, but this time they chopped it, and went way back up into this 1, 2, 3 up here. So it was very sneaky on their part there. So now I'm still looking for them to come down and take out these lows. So I'm still holding, unlike yesterday where I decided to change course and go with them. No, you got to hold firm to your analysis that we're coming down to take out the lows. And again, they fool us. They come down, take out 1, and then they go back up again. So very sneaky, but I'm still holding to them coming down to take out the lows. So it paid off finally in the end there. And look at that, right at the end here now, we're getting that drop like I was expecting. So quite interesting. So there we go. That's what I thought they would do. But they did go up first, very sneakily, to take these guys out. They left these two alone. And then we get this drop. So very, very good. So that's what I was expecting there at the end. So quite interesting. And we have to stick to our analysis and be solid and believing that we're correct in our analysis. Hold fast to the structure. So the structure here is really beautiful. We get that move. Once we're here, yesterday, how they fooled us, they chopped it up the same way and went up, and they kept on going and going, and they were past this area. And once they passed this area, you start thinking, okay, well, maybe they're not going to give us this drop. So they're going to just continue. Remember yesterday what they did. And so you're thinking that, okay, maybe my analysis is totally wrong. But we were correct that they were going to come back down, but they went up too far and made it look like they were going to go. So today it's different. They do come down, they chop it up, and they do go up, but they don't go too far into it this time. So I wouldn't say that's allowed. I still don't like that. I would have preferred them to just come here and drop it, but what I prefer and what they're doing is two different things, right?
Yeah. Right.
So, but yeah, so I was really upset with myself yesterday because I got fooled into thinking that we were going to continue going up, but they pushed it so relentlessly, it looked like that was the case. I'm sure a lot of people got faked out as well. This was the expected move, and we have to stick to the structure. The structure says we should get a drop to take out the lows. So it's not an impulse wave. Again, it's not, if for the Ellioticians out there, it's this, sometimes you get the impulse waves where we come very close to that and then we drop. That's impulse. But in this case, it's not an impulse because we've come back into that area. So what it is, it's more of a diagonal type affair. So because they violate this area, so it's no longer an impulse move. It's a call it a diagonal perhaps, or a flat, something like that. It's one of those type of. So that's allowed. So there we go. And Bitcoin didn't do the same thing here. So yesterday was, oh, Bitcoin's going up, so then the indices should go up. Look at Bitcoin's going up and the indices are going down. So you see, they don't always go in tandem. So you can't really rely on that. So Bitcoin should be coming down. I would still be expecting Bitcoin to come down to take out their lows as well. But they're first going up to take out these guys up here first, it looks like, and then maybe they'll do it. Yeah, they're going up to take the liquidity here first before they come down. But still looking for them to fall. So Tesla is closed. They closed Tesla at 1 o'clock, so it's totally mute now. But would expect Tesla to be coming down on Monday. All right, so that's it.
That is it.
Another day, another week. Wow, another week has gone by.
Yep.
George, we're just getting older.
Pardon?
We're just getting older.
Some reason that happens.
I thought it only happened to other people.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks everybody for dropping. Hey, Stacy, you made it.
I did.
Armin, Marquis, thank you guys. Appreciate you dropping in as usual.
Yep.
Thanks, Lennox. George.
Have a good weekend.
Have a great, strong end, everybody.
Bye for now.
Catch you guys
Bye
Monday.
now.
Armin, we'll chat. Armin left. Okay. So thanks again, guys. George, thank you.
Have a good weekend.
Now have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too. Take care.
Hey, bye-bye.
And for those on YouTube, thank you very much for dropping in. Appreciate it. Do drop a like and subscribe to our channel. We would appreciate that very much.